Next we'll be putting on the Joros, squares in each corner. And we cut out small pieces of fabric, about 1.5 inches square. And then do chalk lines so you get a 1-inch square in the middle. So the distance here is 1 inch. So you got maybe 1/4 inch waist on either side. And then fold those on the ends and pinch them down. And pinch the other sides down. And then iron that. Put spray it with a little bit of water, otherwise you could easily scorch a small piece of fabric like this. And then we do chalk lines, a 1/4 inch up from the edge. So here we got a 1/4 inch line here in the edge of our fabric here, so we can see a guide to set that down. Also, I did a little chalk line here carrying out the same angle as this seam up in the corner out here, so we know where the edge of the Joro lands. And when we set these Joros in, we'll want to have this folded corner on the top rather than this way. They'll tend to show up a little bit potentially on the sides, which is better. We'll want to hide all the extra edges there when we sew it, tuck those in. But just an option there to have the folded side on the tops and the bottoms. So we pin that in and then start sewing. I found it easier to start sewing right here on this edge and then going along here, because then we can secure this corner, and then when we come around the side here, it makes it a little easier to tuck this extra fabric in once we got it secured a little bit. So this folded edge underneath here can stick out sometimes, and we'll want to take our pin and just tuck that underneath as we continue along. You can sew these in going through all the way to the back side, in which case you'll see a seam like this in a square, and it shows up over the white. In this case, I'm sewing through this fabric just a little bit into this fabric, so it's not going all the way through, but you can do it either way. If you do it only partially, when I get to the corner here, I found it a little easier to come in, just go through the fabric, and then go down into this fabric a little bit, just so I can get right up to the corner And then I'm always checking on the back side to make sure it doesn't go all the way through. And then right up on the very corner, I mean, you could just go up and down just like you normally do, but this one you can really get a needle right into the corner coming up. And then we'll continue on the far side here. And as I was saying, I want to take this corner that's just sticking out a little bit there, get your pin in that and tuck that in. And then when we begin sewing along that edge, our thread will essentially, again, check on the back side and make sure you're not going all the way through. Our thread will keep that folded edge from popping out. One thing to note is when you put your pin here, make sure not to try not to come through on the silk side. You can actually leave a little hole there. It's probably not a huge deal, but just bear that in mind. Continue along, do all 4 corners, and we hide the knot as we start and end and do all 4 corners.